Okay, so let's talk about our government these days. So yeah, we've got Obama. Heaven forbid anybody should not like him. I mean, he is black. I mean, that would be racist. But yeah, so anyways, so 4 years ago when he was elected, I didn't vote because I didn't have the opportunity to. So yeah, I didn't vote, but I already knew that Obama was going to be president. I mean, frankly, the guy is charismatic. I'm going to give him that. The guy has got more charisma, and he knows how to speak. Now, the fact that part of it is, I think part of it's the fact that he's a puppet, and I think all of his words are given to him. But I mean, who knows? I can't say for sure. But anyways, so let's talk about who likes Obama. The guy's screwing up, just so you know. I mean, honestly, let's take a look. So, Obamacare. Biggest, the biggest, yeah, clusterfuck on earth. I mean, honestly, the guy literally takes a bill for healthcare, universal healthcare, ignoring two-thirds of the population of the U.S., runs this bill through Congress, like just rushes it through as fast as possible so that before his opposing party members took over the Senate and the House, so that he wouldn't have to deal with it. I mean, heaven forbid he should have to deal with it. Heaven forbid they should turn him down. I mean, he is the president after all. I mean, he's the most powerful man on earth. Well, maybe not, but who knows? So my first question is, where did the whole like, hey, let's talk about this first? Don't think it really happened very well. Then, now let's talk about his numbers. Numbers. He loves numbers. He loves to give you numbers every possible time he can. He will give you numbers about, say, hey, guess what? I created 2 million jobs. Flip side of the story, at the expense of, say, $2 trillion. Oh, that's terrible. I know I shouldn't have said it, but I'll get over it. And he'll get over it too, more importantly. Yeah. So, I mean, frankly, let's look at it. We're looking at a loser here. Well, not a loser, just kind of stupid. He's ruined this kind of. I mean, honestly, another thing. Let's talk about jobs. Yeah. Where are all the jobs? I mean, I know he said he created 2 million, but I haven't seen them. As far as I'm concerned, our economy is doing just as bad as it was before, except for the fact that now we've got not $4 trillion in debt, but 15? Yeah, 15 trillion or something like that. And it goes up substantially every day because all he does when he wants to do anything is he just writes out a blank check. All the guy does. I mean, he's turning down, and the fact of the matter is, then he's turning down stuff that would really help create more jobs, like, hey, say, an oil pipeline. Oh, heaven forbid we should do anything to the environment. I mean, I love the environment just as much as anybody else does, but I mean, frankly, so we've got tree huggers. We don't need to be hugging trees to show that we're green. All we have to do is do our part. Say, recycle it a little. Hey, guess what? That would really help recycling. Not that many people do it. Anyway, so now let's talk about the war in Iraq. His promise. So yeah, he did promise that he was going to bring the troops back from Iraq, and he did that for a weekend, and then he sent them right back out to Afghanistan. Congratulations, Obama. You really pulled that one off really well. So, now, let's talk about this upcoming election, because, frankly, I don't think Obama's going to win. I think he's going to lose. We've got Obama who's trying to get reelected. We've got, Rick Santorum. Pretty good guy. We've got Newt Gingrich. We've got Ron Paul. And we've got Mitt Romney. There we go. Sorry. I generally refer to him as the Mormon. But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Mormons. I mean, yeah, they're alright. They're not bad. So anyways, yeah, let's talk about him. So Mitt Romney, good guy, decent guy. I mean, he seems to be decent at least. I like the fact that he always has his wife with him, and I love the fact that his wife speaks as well. Then you've got, is it Newt Gingrich? Newt Gingrich who believes in an open relationship, because that's what we need. We need another Bill Clinton in the White House. Newt Gingrich, congratulations! I can see the headlines now. Newt Gingrich, I did not have sex with that woman. Sorry, that may be a copyrighted line. I don't know for sure. I mean, that, after all, was Bill Clinton saying that, the very famous president. Well, maybe not so famous. He was a president. So then we've got Ron Paul, Rick Santorum. I don't really follow up on them too much. What I follow up on is the fact that they aren't winning. I hear that Mitt Romney's winning. Now, Mitt Romney, I've got no quarrels with that. I mean, frankly, I almost think that he should be president because, I mean, he was a businessman. When it comes to business, making jobs, and I think reducing debts, he knows what he's talking about. And frankly, let's talk about this whole thing about. I know that I heard on the news that some people were getting angry about him not releasing his tax records. Frankly, as much as I hate to say it, why do you care? They're just tax records. I mean, frankly, if I got him, the only thing it'd do to me is it would just depress me because he's making more money than I am. I mean, frankly, honestly, it's tax records. What, do you think the guy's like do you think he's like being dishonest? I mean, frankly, you know what, honestly, if he is, he's gonna get caught and he'll be impeached. If he makes president, that is. I don't know for sure. But anyways, I mean, honestly, who cares about tax records? I mean, I don't care about tax records. I'm a kid. Why do adults care? I mean, my dad doesn't care about his tax records. The thing that makes me sick about this entire thing is the fact that all these guys do is they bitch and quarrel among one another. They don't ever, like, stick up for somebody else and say, hey, this guy's a good candidate, you should vote for him. I mean, honestly, whatever happened to human dignity? I mean, does it go right out the window? Does it go right out the window as when you go for president? I mean, honestly, I honestly think the biggest problem with politics these days is we spend too much time focusing on the negative aspect of every party candidate, and we don't even look for good things. We don't even look to find out who they are, what they've done. I mean, yeah, besides the fact that Mitt Romney is LDS and, I mean, seems to be a family man, I don't really know much about the guy. I mean, frankly, everything I've heard about him being a Mormon has been has been rude and saying that Mormons are devil cult worshippers. Yeah, all you'd have to do is go to Mormon.org and you can find out that Mormons, they don't have any appearance to be devil cult worshippers. But congratulations on that. That was a great assumption. But anyways, then we've got Rick Santorum. Rick Santorum, I don't know much about him. Don't know much about Newt Gingrich. I know enough about Newt Gingrich to say that I'm not going to vote for him. I mean, frankly, people in Congress were trying to get him out of Congress. I think that should say something about how he would do as a president. You see, if people in Congress were trying to get rid of him, what's to say they won't just oppose him when it comes to being president? And not to mention Newt Gingrich, as much as I hate to say it, he reminds me a lot of, well, not in the charismatic way, but he reminds me a lot of Obama in the fact that I think that he is more about getting in there so that he can put his own personal agenda into the mix. Now, granted, I think all of them have their own personal agenda, but some more than others. I think that Newt Gingrich would not help us as much as he'd like to think he would. I mean, frankly, and I'm not saying that Mitt Romney is going to fix the debt crisis because, frankly, that's $15 trillion. I can't even fathom that amount. I can't even fathom $1 billion, for heaven's sakes, let alone $15 trillion. Yeah, that's 4 extra zeros after the $1 billion. Yeah, that's a lot. Well, yeah, something like that. So anyways, I mean, frankly, let's just say this. Our government, not so much in the greatest hands right now. And soon they'll be in, hopefully, a more, better one. That's all I can really say about that. But anyways, that's my spiel on the whole thing. I hope you listen. I'll give you more later. Bye-bye now. Have fun.